All right, it's the 28th of May. It's a Wednesday. We've got about 30 minutes to the NY Open. Go to the charts in a second. Yeah. Okay, let's start with the calendar. No news today? Nothing, right? Later on, towards the second half of the NY session, there is some FOMC meeting minutes. Not important. It's not going to do anything. There is no news this week. This is the last 3 days of the month. Friday is also the end of the week and the end of the month. There is no news this week. Okay, let's see what's happening on the daily. Now, we spoke about this area, 3289. We've been talking about this area for the last couple of days. Price came to it, did not spend much time at it, started to push up. Why is 3289 important? Is because it's a level that was created as a reaction to 3329. So 3329 was important. Price, we created a demand zone and we went up on the high time frame. This is the daily time frame. Then we ignored that. Then we came back up here. We created supply here and pushed down. We ignored that on the way up. We came back down. We created supply again around just under 3329. Price started to, that area started to drop, right? You can see how it starts to drop. First, it was around just above 33. It was just above 3329, and then it was above 3329. Then it started, that area started moving, the important area or the decision level started moving under 3329, right? In between 3329 and 3289. And then that was, price came back here. We reacted to that level and formed, we formed demand, rally, base rally at just above 3289, right? And that's the area that price is right now at. It was there yesterday. If price, I've said this many times before, if you start seeing 4-hour candles close in that range, then it's very likely the area is going to break and price is going to go through. Now, but if you see a 30-minute candle, if you see within an hour or within an hour and a half or 2 hours, if price reacts at that area, then that area is very likely going to hold price and push price up, right? So if you go to when we go to the trading chart, we'll have a look at the 30-minute time frame. Let's also take a look at the 4-hour time frame. We see at that area at 3289, we started making new demand, a drop. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 basin candles and a clean push up, right? So it's very clear that price is now beginning to push up from 3289, right? And where could it come to? 3329. Those are the two areas. These are the two important areas. It's in between this 3289 and 3329. So the anticipated move for today could be a move up to 3329 and even further higher to around 335, right? 335 or even, yeah, 338, 335, 340, right? That could happen if there is volume, right? And that can happen in the first 2 hours of the NY Open, or it can happen later on around the London close. It can happen anywhere in that time duration, right? If there is volume. Let's go to the trading chart. All right. Yeah, on the 30-minute time frame, before we do a recap, on the 30-minute time frame, you can see when price came to 3289 yesterday, we formed 30-minute support directly from there, and then price came back down, grabbed liquidity, that's a liquidity wick from 3289 and pushed all the way up, right? And since then, price has been moving, it's moved about 350 pips up. Sorry. All right, let's do a quick recap of what we did. Take buys yesterday somewhere here. I think we'd got about 60, 70 pips there until price moved just above this. Yeah, about, I think more. I think more. It ran about 100 plus pips, right? Anyway, when price came here, I said wait for, because price Price at that point was about 270, 265, 270 pips away from the EMAs at that point. Yeah, about 250, 260 pips. I said wait for 15-minute resistance to form to take sells down. So if you go down here, right here into this liquidity candle, if you go into the 15-minute time frame, we have a 50-minute tradable back candle close. So you could trade this for price to come down, and it did come down. You would have to draw the fib like this, right? Because this candle broke this high, this one broke this high, you would have drawn it like this, and price perfectly came, tapped the sniper entry and optimal levels and pushed down. That's 100 pip from here, and that is 125 pips from here, right? I did take that trade, and also once price pushed down and pushed back up, 30-minute time frame, we had a clear liquidity grab. That's a liquidity wick from a weekly SR level. I did take that trade as well. This was all outside stream hours, unfortunately. And price came, touched the optimal. I had placed a pending order where this green line was 3291.31, and this one as well, 3289.56, but the second one didn't get triggered, the first one did, and price pushed back up to liquidity, right? I think I got out at around maybe 100 pips or something. Okay, so there were two nice trades yesterday, even though there was low volume. That's the benefit of trading at the extremes, waiting for a pullback, waiting for price to come to you and not chasing price, right? And sometimes they work well, sometimes they don't work well. Price doesn't pull back, it doesn't come to your level. And the breakout trade works, right? But that's how trading is. Okay, let's get rid of all of these. Okay, all right, let's start. We have a drop, 5 basin candles, and a clear rally, right? A drop base rally here. Start with that. Let's put the price down there. 538, 736. Okay, that's a fairly wide zone, 220 pip zone. Okay, we'll move this down. Let's get rid of this liquidity candle for now. 38. Okay. Yeah, we've covered a decent 300-400 pips to the downside. Price doesn't move much, so I don't want to, it doesn't make sense to extend this even further. If you do come down, let's see. Okay. So that's whatever's left of that 4-hour zone. This is a new 4-hour zone. The zone was 171 pips. We've come in deep into it, so it's no longer high liquidity zone. That's a 1-hour zone. That's still a high liquidity zone. Okay. One second. Okay. Let's look at supply. Prices come, there is a 1 hour zone here. So, yeah, it's a 1 hour zone. Prices come in deep into it. Let's take a look at a 30-minute. Yeah, we've come deep into it. Now we can narrow this down to here, 2347. Okay, let's get rid of this as well. 124 pip zone, we've come in 50 pips. So still a high liquidity zone. We haven't crossed the 50% mark. Okay, extend these to the right. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay. Right. So we have a new 4-hour demand zone here, adjusted 1 hour supply. These are the only two new zones that we have because price hasn't moved much, right? So let's take a look at this area again because we've come off this psychological round number. Yeah, it's good. That's good. Yeah, there's a zone there. There's a zone just above it. Yeah, so we've combined them. Okay, that's fine. Keep it as one zone. It covers the entire area. Right. Now, let's see if this is a high liquidity zone or not. So we have let's look at the 30-minute. It's better. Yeah, we have clear a rally, base, a drop here, and this move up has taken out this high here, making this a high liquidity zone. Okay. Just a second. Okay. Right. Now, let's take a look at this area again, and look for, check if there is a higher liquidity candle in here in these two areas, right? This new demand zone and this supply zone from yesterday. Let's start with the demand zone because price is very close to demand. Let's start at the 1 hour time frame. Well, I'm looking for the largest 1 hour candle right now on the 1 hour time frame. That's about 178 pips. Yeah, so let's start with this one. Let's go to the 30-minute. $46, 132. Yeah. This one. Let's go to the 15-minute. Yeah, it's a clean move up. Yeah. 30. Yeah, I think there's two liquidity candles here that we can identify. The zone is large enough for two zones, 130 pips and 140. So one will be on the 30-minute time frame. It's this candle, and it aligns perfectly with this candle here. So that's where we've seen price tap that. So this candle, let's mark this candle out, 1029, 603. Okay, let's take a look at one more look at the 15-minute. Yeah, that's good. Three eight. Yeah, it's two liquidity candles in there. That wick is important because that's a liquidity grab from the weekly SR level, and that's a clear large candle on the 15-minute, and this one is a clear 30-minute candle that aligns perfectly with these highs, right? And price is at that area right now. Okay, so up here, let's take a look at it. There isn't anything. There's nothing on the 30-minute. The 15-minute, also there is nothing except for this candle right here. Let's take a look at the 5-minute. Let's no. I'm going to get rid of that because price has come deep into it and it's outside the zone. Yeah, makes no sense. The weekly SR level, we'll consider that as the liquidity level. This is outside the zone and price has already come deep into it. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, there is nothing there except for 3329. Don't clearly see any liquidity there. There's nothing here. So move down here, 99 people there. It's just ugly. No. Yeah, let's just ignore that area for now because this wick is way outside the zone. Wick is way outside the zone. Right? So no liquidity here except for 3329. Okay? And further down here is this candle here. This wick here. Let's take a look at it on the 15, on the 5. Yeah, there is nothing there. Nothing there either. Below this wick, there is nothing. It's just two wicks here. Can mark this wick because it's a liquidity grab from this liquidity candle below. Let's do that. Let's mark this out. 79.20. $85.08. Yeah, just that wick. All right, that's it. Now, we've seen this happen many times on the streams, right? Or outside the stream hours. If price, whenever liquidity candles are stacked up like this, when there is volume and price starts to push down, they go through a couple of them, two, three of them in one move, right? So if we have a move down, then that can happen. But right now we've created 4-hour structure, which is very clear. We've created 4-hour demand, a new demand level, and a high liquidity zone. So which means it's taken out supply to the left. So price can push back, right? We can have a bounce up, which is what I'm going to be looking for today. Okay, let's go to the 50-minute time frame and take a look at what price has done in the Asian and London sessions. Okay, that's the market open right here. 3301. 3301 is the market open just above the psychological round number. Tap off that and we open just above it. Yeah, good. Okay, 1587, 9168, 858, 383. All right. Still have plenty of time. Okay. Got 4 minutes to the NY open, and then we're going to wait for a first 15-minute candle to close before we look for a setup. Right. Okay. So let's take a close look at what price has done. Now, we were bullish yesterday. Not a lot of volume in the NY session. We just ranged. We ranged pretty much. We moved sideways, but then towards I think the second half, after about 4 hours after the NY open, volume started to kick in. So that's the second half of the NY session, and it pushed price up, right? So we were pushing up. The market opened here because it was bullish volume. Price pushed down. This candle pushed down to grab liquidity from 3,300, continued higher, went straight up, created the Asian high. Okay, and that was just at the second EMA. We created 30-minute resistance there, right there, 30-minute resistance, and then we dropped back, straight back to 3,300. We grabbed liquidity again, went back up, and then we came back down, and this was also the Asian session. We tapped the EMA again, came back down, this time past 3,300, straight down to the liquidity candle, right? Then we created 30-minute support here, and the Asian low, and pushed straight up to 3,300, ranged there a bit, closed above, went further up. We created one more liquidity candle. Price came deep into the liquidity candle, tapped 3,300, and the liquidity candle created the London low and pushed straight past up the Asian high, closed above it, and went up here, right? And we stopped here. Now, and then we pushed back to the Asian high, went back up, closed above the London high, closed back below. Yeah, we're coming down. We're coming down. We closed back below. This was, yeah, we're coming down. 30-minute resistance form. We rejected the London high. We're coming down. We're pushing down here. Now, let it come down. I'm not going to do anything because price is already at demand or very close to demand and almost touching a liquidity candle. So let it come down. I'm going to be looking for buys around this area. So what I'm going to be looking for is very straightforward. Price pushes down. I'm looking for 30-minute support. There are three liquidity areas that I'll be looking at. The liquidity candle, the BRN or the psychological round number, and the next liquidity candle, and even the weekly saddle. I don't think price is going to come much. It's not going to come there. But these three levels I'll be looking at for price to push down, create 30-minute support or tradable 30-minute bull candle closes for price to go back up, right? That's the plan. For the first 2 hours of the NY open, that's the plan. That's what I'm going to wait for. And this is the NY open right now. Yeah, and we have no top wick here, so price can push up as well. Can push up and then push down. Yeah. For sells, price has to come here, create 30-minute resistance for me to take a sell to come down. I just want to know why price stopped here. Why did price stop here? There is this candle, but in that candle, price stopped here. 2383. Yeah, there's a drop base drop there. That makes sense. Forty-four, 44, 40. Hmm, it's one of these two candles, that's why. 2035, 2386. 49, 453. This one right here. Yeah. So on the 5 minute, now this candle is outside the zone, right? So we're going to ignore that candle. But out of all of these candles, that's the largest candle. There is no, not a lot, there isn't a lot of liquidity in it, but it still pushed price back down. That's what happened. So yeah, that's what caused 30-minute resistance. Yeah, that candle right there. Perfect. So now, yeah, so what I'm looking for buys, price to come down, create support, and then either from the liquidity candle or from the BRN or even further down. And wait for a 30-minute tradable bull candle to close to take the buys to go up. For sells, price can come here, create 30-minute resistance, because this has already, the liquidity candle has already been tapped in the London session. Yeah, it doesn't need to come back all the way up here. It can come here and form 30-minute resistance. It doesn't need to come all the way up here. If we form 30-minute resistance here, then we can take a trade to come down as well. It doesn't need to come all the way up, yeah, because it's already tapped the liquidity candle several, at least twice. Once came down, twice, then came down. So it can come up here and form 30-minute resistance, and then we can take a trade to come down as well. If 30-minute support doesn't form in this candle before it goes up. Any questions on anything I've discussed, on the trade ideas that I'm planning to take, on the trade ideas I'm looking for, and if they do play out, then I'll take them. Any questions on anything that we've discussed so far or this week, you can drop a message in the chat. Yesterday we had nothing. We just had no volume for the first, yeah, for the 2 hours. This one, 1 hour, 2 hours, 2 hours, nothing. And then we had a push down, a push up, and they both worked. Price came up here, pushed down about 125, 130 pips. Okay, I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Okay, yeah, still nothing happening. We're still there. We should push down, should come down, should drop, yeah, very possibly. Yeah, we should come down here. Let's see. We rejected the London high. Created the London high, closed above, closed back below, formed 30-minute resistance. Should push down. And we've closed below the Asian high as well. So we are pushing down. If price pushes back up, forms 30-minute resistance, then we can take a sell to come down. If price comes down, forms 30-minute support, we can take a buy to go back up. Right now, nothing to do. We're just stuck in the middle. Hmm. Yeah, here we go, coming down, pushing down. Got some volume now. Yeah, good volume. Clean space to the left. This price is coming down. $72. Mm. Yeah, coming further down. Go up, create a top wick, and then push down. Yeah, this 30-minute candle should close bearish. Let's see. Let's see. I'd like price to come deeper. There's a better chance for price to push up then. If you come closer towards the London low. We come deeper here. We're reacting to this rally-based rally, this level right here. This level is passing a psychological round number, so there's a rally-based rally here. That's exactly what price is reacting to. There's a liquidity candle there. Perfect. In fact, that's a liquidity wick, 86 pip wick from this. So yeah, it's a part of that candle. That's fine. Yeah. I'd like to see price come deeper into this wick here. Break this low, come deeper, then create support, then we push up. Mm. Yeah, we could be coming here. Let's see where 15-minute support is for this. $3,301, there's a level. 3,301. I think we had marked it yesterday as well. 3,301. Was it? Yeah, 3,301. I think it's higher than that. Yeah, 3,303. Yeah, 3,303. Yeah, yeah, 3,303. That's the level. That's the level, 3,303. That's where price should come to. Yeah, if we come there, it would be great. We should come, no bottom wick. We should be coming down. Yeah, there is. Three, 3.33. $434. Yeah, that's the area I'd like to see price come to. Yeah, Okay, let's say we come there, we get a reaction here. 30-minute support forms in this area, because that's where 15-minute support is. It's a 15-minute SR level here, right here. That's the reason I marked it, right? 15-minute SR level, 3303. You should be coming there. If price is to push up, we should stay above it. So maybe we wick down, then form some sort of support, and then begin to push up, right? Let's see. Yeah, we should be coming down. There's no bottom wick. We should come further down. I'll be watching this area, 3303, for some sort of a reaction, and then maybe structure to form around this area, or maybe even 3,300, maybe 30 pips below that as well. That's possible because that's the next one. 3,303 is the first SR level, 15-minute SR level. We saw that to the left. And the next one is 3,300. We formed support there, support, support, support. Then we formed resistance here, resistance. So it's 330, yeah, 3303 and 3300. Yeah, there's nothing, no volume yet. Very similar to what's been happening this week and last week. First 2 hours of NY session, nothing much. A lot of sideway movement. You got to just be patient and wait. If you're trading the Asian sessions and the London sessions, then you've got clean, a lot more, a better volume. I wouldn't say a lot more volume, but better volume than NY, cleaner volume, cleaner. You can see this. This is 3:30 a.m. IC market server time. It formed 30-minute resistance, perfect candle from liquidity, EMA. That's one of the liquidity areas, right? 30-minute resistance, candle came back perfectly, drop to liquidity, 3,300 liquidity, and further down to the liquidity candle. Clean drop, 160 plus pips. This was later on, again 30-minute resistance form, and in the London session price came up and reacted to it again. Drop back to liquidity, 100 pips. And then we created 30-minute support in the Asian session. Price came to it, grabbed liquidity and pushed all the way up. Not a lot of movement. Asian session 240 pips. London session also 240, 250 pips. Same movement. Same amount of volume in both sessions. It's a doji. 30-minute candle doji. It's just indecision, no volume. Two candles side by side. Could break up and then come back down. Yeah, just gotta wait. There's nothing to do. Just wait. Gotta be patient. Idea is still the same. I'm looking for 30-minute support to form and a tradable 30-minute bull candle to close from one of the liquidity levels here, either at the 3,300 or the liquidity candle. to push price back up. And if you come to this area here or above this to the liquidity candle and form 30-minute resistance, we can look for a trade to come down. No top wick could come, could push up. No top wick could push up, and no bottom wick either. It's not doing anything. We're just stuck inside this. We're staying under the Asian high, and we're staying just above this liquidity candle. All right, I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Just waiting right now for a setup. Yeah, just stuck in this range. 40 pips, just moving sideways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Getting close to 2 hours. I push him back down. Hmm. There is nothing happening on gold. Just no volume at all. It's just, it's dead. 50 just moving sideways. This candle is about to close inside this tiny range, 30 pip, 35 pip range. It's nothing. It's no volume at all. push him back up. Yeah. Let's create a bit of a bottom wick, trying to push back up, but nothing. Yeah, there's a 15-minute support resistance level at 3307. That's what price is reacting to right now. Resistance closed at, stayed above, closed below, stayed below. We here closed above, closed below. Also resistance here. You don't need to look further than this, but that shows that there is 3307 is SR level. And that's exactly what price is reacting to. I would like to see price come further down and then create 30-minute support. Taking 30-minute support, if price creates 30-minute support here, trying to take a trade is, nah, I'm not that comfortable with that. Because we've got this Asian high right here. Price can just go there and bounce. What's been happening here? We get close to that and we push down. We get close to that again and we're pushing down to this Asian high. Whenever price gets close to it, we push down. So I'd like to see 30-minute support form from further down to push up. This is nothing happening. We're just stuck here. Let's see. Wait another 10 minutes, 15 minutes. If price is going to just close here, then there's nothing happening. Later on, NYSE open is probably when, after NYSE open is when we're going to get a trade. I'll give out a trade idea then before I leave. It's basically going to be buys from here, the same idea. It says because nothing's happened. Prices, this is where the NY session opened, and that's exactly where the price is right now. It's done nothing. We opened here just before the NY open. We create a doji, and we're back here again. It's doing nothing. Still stuck here. 7 minutes more. 6.5 minutes more. Candle to close. Look at that. That's the NY open. That's how ugly it is. There's nothing. There's no volume at all. Look at these EMAs. So they're just going sideways. There's nothing. Yeah, yeah. It's no bottom wick, no top wick. You could come up here, and we need to, and we're going to break down below this also for sure. We're coming down. It's just that there is no volume to get down. This is what you got to be careful also with. If you do take a trade today, you got to keep in mind that this could be the kind of volume that you get for the day. There's no volume, so you have to be very, very conservative with your TP levels. Right? 30, 40 pips. Maybe take a small position off the table if you get into a trade today. If there is a setup, if price does come and forms 30-minute support on tradable 30-minute bull candle closes to go up, yes, then you can take a trade, but wait for the pullback, wait at optimal and sniper entries to take a trade, and then be very, very conservative with your TP levels, with your partial close levels. Same goes for a sell. If price comes here, takes a sell, right? These are the extremes of the chart of right now of where current price is. These are the extremes. This is an extreme. That's an extreme, right? That's it. There is no volume to go beyond this, nor below this, right? We're stuck in a 35 pip range. That's how little volume there is. So in that in the 35 pip range, this is an extreme and this is an extreme, right? So it's very unlikely price is going to push down to 300 pips or push up to 300 pips. Very unlikely. Even if it does, it's going to take a long time for that to happen. So that is why you need to be very conservative with your TPs if you take a trade today. On Friday, we might get a bit of volume because it's the monthly candle close, right? This monthly candle is going to close. And it's hard to say right now how the monthly candle is going to close. It could close a bullish doji like it is now, could close a bearish doji, could close a little stronger bullish. Any one of those three are possible, right? A little, so which means the body close a little higher, that's possible, or it closes where it is right now, just like this, a bullish doji, or it closes just below as a bearish doji. One of those three scenarios can happen because still we've got about 3 days left. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? So about 2.5 days left. So so you can get a bit of volume, right? Look how small that body is. On a monthly candle, that's a 200 pips. So the majority of the um, let me just do this 1 second. All right. So on the monthly time frame, if you look at on the monthly, the main trading has happened in about a 200 pip range. Look at the previous candle. It's a huge range price traded at. A lot of the trading happened at 1,650 pips, and then obviously a lot higher than that as well. That's a 5,400 pip candle. So is this one less, 2,700? Yeah, 5,400, and how much is this? Yeah, that's a lot of bullish volume. This was March. We had a lot of volume. And then April also we had a lot of volume. May, nothing. This month has been nothing. This explains, this monthly candle just explains the month very clearly in a single candle, right? There's been no direction. Dojis means no direction, indecisive. It means nothing. There's no information in a doji. And that's exactly what the monthly candle looks like so far. Nothing, no information in this candle. And that's how the month has been. There's been no clear direction. There's been no volume. Still there, exactly where the invoice open started, price is exactly at that same place. Exactly the same place. Yeah, 30-minute candle is closed. Again, doji, nothing's happening. Okay, I'm going to end the stream now. There is no volume, right? We're going to end the stream early today. Um, Price is not doing anything. We're just stuck in this 35 pip range. Okay, so for buys, the same idea. 30-minute support and a 30-minute tradable bull candle close from down here, right? Deeper from the liquidity area. We could push up and close here as well. That's fine. If 30-minute support has formed. 30-minute support has formed. Yeah, 30-minute support has formed from 3307. Yeah. Yeah. 30-minute support has formed, but I'll wait for at least the 15-minute candle to close. If we close bullish, strong bullish, then maybe place pending orders here. 3309.50, 3307.50, right? But wait, don't place it right now because this is not a tradable 30-minute bull candle. This is a liquidity grab. Not really. Yeah, I can say it's a liquidity grab from um, this liquidity candle. But I'll wait for at least. I would wait for at least a 15-minute tradable bull candle to close, right? So wait another 11 and a half minutes. Wait. If you close strong bullish, then you can look for to take place pending orders here. So this is 359544. Yeah, you can place pending orders at 3307.5 or 3307.45 and 3309.5, right? Place pending orders. You would manage risk here 3307 because that's the level that we've created. This is the support resistance level, 15-minute level or 30-minute level that price is reacting to, right? That's a 30-minute level. We look left here. So we have 3307 and then we have 3303. So we didn't come down there. We're reacting to this. That's fine. But so that's the area you're going to manage risk, right? You don't wait till 3305.4 to hit your stop loss. You manage risk here. If price breaks below this, you close partial positions. If a 15-minute candle closes below, you close everything. But wait for a 15-minute bull candle to close, tradable bull candle to close to place pending orders. Because this is still no volume, right? I would still wait. Yeah, don't place any orders. See, This is why you don't place any orders. Just wait. Coming, trying to come down now. Pushed up, reacted to this, and came down. That is why I said I'd like to see a trade from down, further down than from here because of this Asian high. See, we came up, we pushed up, down. We tried to come up, we pushed down. We came, tapped it, we pushed down. That's why it's better to wait. Don't place any pending orders. Don't take any orders. Just wait. 30-minute support did form, but that's not a tradable bull candle, and there is no space for price to push up. Yeah, yeah. Just wait. Wait for the candle to close. Don't do anything. Just wait for the candle to close. It's very ugly. You don't want to force a trade in an ugly range like this. It's better to trade below this range or above this range, not in this. This is just garbage. Just look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and this is the ninth candle just about to close. So over 2 hours, just going sideways. Look at the 1 hour time frame, just moving sideways. You don't want to take a trade here. Below is good, above is good, not in the middle here. Okay, I'll wait for the 15-minute candle to close. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. We've got about 6 minutes for the candle to close. Let's see where this candle closes. Are we going to push back up or are we going to push down? I think we're coming down. I think we're coming down. Yeah. This is just trash. I think we're creating a base here to push down. So that's probably what's happening. Yeah, we're coming down. Getting a reaction here. Yeah. Just don't do anything. Just wait. We're getting a reaction back at 3307. Let's see if we can come further down. It's about 90 pips. In fact, we can. Yeah, but we're coming deeper. Yeah, snow bottom wick here. Should be coming deeper. But we could get a pullback here. It's possible. Yeah, this is taking a trade here is just forcing a trade. And that's unnecessary. This is really ugly. This candle is about to close, 15-minute candle, and we're still closing inside this about 45 pip range. Just wait. 30-minute resistance is forming. Could come deeper. If the candle closes bearish like this 30-minute candle, then we could come down. We could come all the way down. If we'll have to wait and see. There's another 15 minutes more for the 30-minute candle to close, and that'll be the NYSE open. I think volume is should come in. Volume should come in. Yeah, here we go. We're coming down. Coming down, coming down, coming down. See that 1 minute time frame? There was no bottom wick. Push down. It just took time. Let's see. Coming down. 15-minute candle, no closed, no bottom wick. Let's see. You have to wait. We have to wait for 30. We are in demand. You cannot sell. We are in a liquidity candle. We are in demand. This is a demand zone, a 4-hour demand zone. I don't sell in demand. For 30 minutes support to form to take a trade to go up. 'We're coming down. We're coming down. Should continue down. Yeah, 3303. No bottom wick. And pushing back up. Back into the range. Closed below the range, now coming back into the range. We could come here 3301. See what's there. Yeah. Let's see. We could form 30-minute support here as well. We've come deeper now. We come below this, which is fine. So we can form 30-minute support. So which means this candle will need to close bullish. We form 30-minute support. This candle will need to close bullish, a tradable 30-minute bull candle, for us to take buys to go up. But you have to wait for the candle to close. 10 minutes more for the candle to close. And if it closes bullish, closes up here, then we can go to the 15-minute time frame and draw the fib. This would be the candle that we draw the fib on and wait for price to pull back, take a buy to push up and call it a day. But the 30-minute candle has to close bullish. It has to close above here, above these levels, above the range. That's the range, right? This is the open, 1234, yeah, 1234. So it has to close above here, above 3313, above 3313.3. If the 15-minute candle closes here above 3313, then we should get a tradable bull candle, and then we can draw the fib and look for a buy. Because we've come deeper now, we've come deeper into this level. We didn't come to 3303, that's okay. We're reacting off 3307. Yeah, gotta wait. Eight minutes more. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Don't try to force a trade today. If the market continues like this for the next hour after NYSE opens around, let's say until around 10:30 a.m., if the market is still like this, then just call it a day. Don't do anything. There is no volume. There is no volume. It just you push down, but the move is should be a move up. It's not a move down because we've created 4-hour demand. So the move is a move up, not a move down. So, but if price continues to range for the next hour, now it's 9:25 EST. If it continues like this until 10:30 EST, then just call it a day. That means the move is going to happen later on towards maybe much later in the NY session or in the Asian session tomorrow. That's when a move is going to happen. If it doesn't happen in the next hour, hour and a half. EMAs are still completely straight. Look at that. It's just no volume. You can't sell even if we form 30-minute resistance here. You can't sell. Mm. You'll have to sell from way up here, from the sniper entry, if we form 30-minute resistance. If a strong 30-minute tradable back candle closes, then you can sell, but from way up around 3314.5. That's where you want to sell to get at least 50 pips. Yeah, 50, 60 pips. It's not maybe not worth it. It's just it's best to if nothing happens in the next hour, just call it a day. Got 3 minutes. 3 minutes more. Yeah, it doesn't seem like we're coming up to close bullish. We have to close above here for the candle to close a tradable bull candle and for us to look for a trade. Doesn't seem like that's going to happen. Price is not going to push up 50 pips. Yeah, there's just no volume to push up 50 pips. We're coming down. We're coming down as expected. Yeah. Coming down. It's not going to close bullish. It's just 2 minutes more for the candle to close. We're going to close strong bearish, but I wouldn't look for a sell here. So candle is going to close bearish, which means that's how you would draw the fib. You can take a trade up here. That's the only trade that you would take here. 20 pip stop loss, 3307, 69, 70 pips, and maybe come further down. That's how you would trade it if you were to take a sell. Yeah. up here. Mm. 644682. Yeah. Yeah. I'm placing a pending order here. But it might take a while to get triggered. 1403. Yeah. Candle closed bearish, 30-minute candle, strong bearish. Resistance formed, pushing down. We closed below 3307. We should be coming to 3303. Pending order here. Yeah, you could place one here as well. Yeah, you could place one here as well. 311 point. Yeah, that's good. Take it up here, 1220. Yeah, that's it. And you manage risk if these orders are triggered on the 15-minute here, 3315. 3315. Yeah, about 35, 40 pip. 30 pips. 30 pips. 3315. And the reason for 3315 is, just hold on. Yeah, 3315 right there. See, resistance, support, resistance, closed above, closed back below. Yeah, you don't need to go that far. Form resistance here, tapped here, 3315. That's the area. That's where you manage risk. So place pending orders. 3312.25. You can place at 25 or 0.2, and then 3314, or you can place it at 3314.05. Right. For price to come down here, first to this area 3307, and then to 3303 next. If you come here, that's about 50 pips. If you come here, that's about 90 to 100 pips. If this triggers, that's 70, and that's 110, right? Two entries. Here's where you manage risk, 3315. You can place your stop loss above that, 3316.5, but this is where you would manage risk, 3315. If we touch that and break above that, you close partials. If 15-minute candle closes above it, you close everything. And obviously, if it gets to 3316.4, then you close everything. That's your risk, right? Here's the partial close. That's about 26 pips is your risk on the first trade. On the second trade, your risk is about 10 pips. Okay, price needs to stay under this, basically under 3315 for price to push down. Okay, we've formed 30-minute resistance, clear 30-minute resistance, clear 30-minute tradable back handle close, and those are the entries. Okay, we'll come back tomorrow and see how it works, if it worked out. Again, I'm still looking for buys because we have candle structure here for our demand formed. It's a high liquidity zone from a liquidity level from 3,300 and also a liquidity candle there. So I'm still looking for 30-minute support and a 30-minute tradable bull candle to close for price to push up. Okay, that's the trade idea. Okay. All right, that's the end of the stream. Yeah, that's the end of the stream. 1 second. I'll be back tomorrow 7:30 a.m. EST. We'll do analysis and hopefully we'll have some volume for the first 2 hours to take a trade. It's been quiet. First 2 hours of NY session has been very quiet. All right, take care. Don't overtrade. Don't try to force a trade today. We're at the end of the month. This is the last week of the month. Just a couple of days more left. Just Thursday, Friday. All right. Take care. See you tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. EST.